So let's start today. But before we go, if you have any doubt, continuously you can send me through chat room or on my WhatsApp, because my phone is also available with me. And so you can WhatsApp me the doubt. Simultaneously, the meeting will be going on, but you can send it through chat room also. In any way, you can do so. So very first of all, whatever we discussed till today, once again, the contract of sale is a contract whereby seller transfers or agrees to transfer property in goods to the buyer for a price. Here, two things emerge: transfers or agrees to transfer. Where transfer means what? It's a sale. When along with contract of sale, at the time when contract of sale takes place, if property passes on from seller to buyer, it's a sale. But when contract of sale takes place, the property does not pass from seller to buyer. Property means ownership. Again, yesterday we discussed that ownership and possession are absolutely different. Here we are supposed to consider only property, that is ownership. If when contract of sale takes place, the ownership does not get transferred from seller to buyer, but only it can be shifted at some future date or on fulfillment of some definite condition, then the contract of sale will be considered as an agreement to sell. This is very important. And on that base, we have derived 5 distinctions between sale and agreement to sell that you are supposed to remember. Number 1, transfer of property. In case of sale, the property shifts immediately from seller to buyer. In case of agreement to sell, the property shifts from seller to buyer at some future date or on fulfillment of some definite condition. Then sale can be only for existing and specific goods, whereas agreement to sell can be for future goods, contingent goods, and in some cases it may be for unascertained goods. Risk of loss. In case of sale, after the sale takes place, if the goods are lost or destroyed, buyer will bear the loss, because as and when the sale has taken place, the ownership has already been shifted from seller to buyer. But if in case of agreement to sell, after entering into an agreement to sell, if the goods are lost, seller will have to bear the loss, because in case of agreement to sell, along with agreement to sell, the property has not been shifted from seller to buyer and still seller is an owner. Fourth point is, I told you that sale provides just in rem to the buyer. That means once sales takes place, the buyer becomes absolute owner and he can use the goods against the whole world, and he can have the right in rem, just in rem, that is right to use the goods for which he has got the ownership against the whole world. Whereas agreement to sell gives buyer a right against only seller. If seller later on fails to transfer the ownership, then buyer can only sue the seller. And so here the buyer gets right against one person, and so it is called jus in personam. And the fifth distinction which I told you to remember as of now is, sale is an executed contract, whereas agreement to sell is also a contract, but it is executory contract. Sale is an executed contract and agreement to sell is an executory contract. You remember these 5 points as of now. The remaining point we'll discuss when we will meet in class. But as of now, you can easily understand these 5 points, the distinction between sale and agreement to sell. Then friends, once again, we have seen the concept of goods and types of goods. So goods, here the subject matter of contract of sale, which is goods, defined under section 2 subsection 7 of Sale of Goods Act. Goods means every kind of movable property other than actionable claims and money, and includes stock and shares, growing crop and grass. Do remember, mutual funds are also considered as a stock and shares here. Units of mutual fund are considered as a stock and share. So stock and shares, growing crop એટલે ઊભો પાક અથવા તો ઉગી રહેલો પાક અથવા તો ઉગાડવાનો બાકી હોય એવો પાક. Grass એટલે ઘાસ. Things attached to or forming part of the land which are agreed to be severed. Severed means છૂટું પાડી શકાય, separate, which are agreed to be severed before sale or under the contract of sale. Trademark, copyright, patent rights, goodwill, electricity, water, gas, all are goods. But as we all know, actionable claims and money are not goods. So here in actionable claim, we must remember that all claim of unsecured debt, or if anyone has given unsecured loan, then unsecured debt or unsecured loan will be treated as an actionable claim, and so it cannot be treated as a goods. Money means money in currency. As of now, whatever money which are in currency will not be treated as a goods, but old coins or the old currency notes which are not in use as on today will be treated as a numismatics, and it will be treated as a goods. So very, very exhaustive definition of goods given under Sale of Goods Act. Then on that base, they have actually classified the goods into three main types. Three main type, if we consider, is existing goods, number one. Number two, it is future goods, and number three, it is contingent goods. So existing, future, and contingent goods, that is very, very important to consider. Now let us move forward. Existing goods shall have three subtypes. Number one is specific, number two is ascertained, and number three is unascertained. So specific goods means what? The goods which are agreed upon by both the parties at the time when contract of sale takes place. When both the parties to contract agree upon the goods at the time when the contract of sale takes place, then it is specific goods. Say for example, if X goes to Bhavesh Oil Agency and selects 2 tins of Rajmoti Singtel, 2 tins of Rajmoti groundnut oil, okay, of 15 liters, 2 tins, બે તેલના ડબ્બા ભરેલા Rajmoti Singtelના એને ત્યાંથી choose કર્યા. Then he went to counter and then he has shown 2 tins to the owner, Mr. Bhavesh, and owner, Mr. Bhavesh, particularly asked him that if you want to purchase both the tins, you will have to pay 5,000, 2,500 rupees per tin, because during lockdown, supply of groundnut oil, Singtel, is very low, and so the rates have gone up. Mr. X said, I am ready. At that time, the contract takes place. The time when contract takes place, both the tins are available in front of both the parties, seller and buyer. So both the tins of groundnut oil will be treated as a specific goods. Specific goods are those goods which are agreed upon at the time when the contract of sale takes place. Specific goods are those goods which are agreed upon at the time when contract of sale takes place by both the parties. So this is specific. Then the next is unascertained goods. Now here, see, if we analyze that there is one retail shopkeeper who is having shop in interior part of Rajkot and who purchases particularly the oil tins, who purchases oil tins from Bhavesh Oil Agency on a regular basis. He, on very one fine morning, he calls Bhavesh Oil Agency and asks him that I want to purchase 100 tins of cottonseed oil, that is 100 કપાસિયા તેલના ડબ્બા મારે જોઈ છે. Can you provide me? Bhavesh Oil Agency, the owner, Mr. Bhavesh, said that yes, I can, but one tin will cost rupees 1,500. And so if you want, because the price is almost 200 rupees higher than that of the routine regular price, still if you want, I can supply it to you. The buyer, let us assume the buyer, Chandan Provision Store, says that yes, we are ready at even this price because the demand is very high from the retail customers. And so we are ready to purchase one tin for rupees 1500 and we want 1500 such tin. So you please send, we will give you a check of rupees 1.5 lakh on the spot. But can I know how many tins are available in your godown? Mr. Bhaves, the owner of Bhaves Oil Agency, said, as of now in godown, there is almost 2 lakhs 15-liter tins of ground cotton seed oil because we have mounted the stock by keeping in mind the extraordinary demand. Out of that, I will send 100 tins to you. Now here, when the contract of sale takes place for 100 tins, it is of unascertained goods because there are 2 lakhs such tins are available in the godown. Out of these 2 lakhs tins, a huge stock, which 100 tins are selected for supply to Chandan Provision Store is not, as of now, it is not fixed. And so, but the contract of sale has taken place between Bhaves Oil Agency and Chandan Provision Store. So we can say that the contract of sale is for unascertained goods because out of 2 lakhs tin, which 100 tins are to be sold to Chandan Provision Store is as of now not fixed. Later on in the evening, one person, Kana Bhai from Chandan Provision Stores, visits the godown of Bhaves Oil Agency and he selects 100 tins by keeping in mind the fact that there should not be leakage in any tin. And so he selects 100 tins and then those 100 tins are set apart with a view to send it to Chandan Provision Store on the very next morning. The moment such selection happens, those unascertained goods becomes ascertained goods. So now the unascertained goods have become ascertained goods. So this is one another example of specific goods, ascertained goods and unascertained goods. Future goods, I already told you, it is very simple to learn that future goods are those goods which are not in existence as of now at the time when the contract of sale takes place. And contingent goods are those goods which are, not as of now available with the seller, and whether it will be available with the seller or not, that fact is dependent upon a contingency. That fact is dependent upon happening or non-happening of some uncertain future event which is not wholly within the control of the seller. So that I also explained in detail, but once again, after keeping in mind the fact that one paper has been given to you and you are supposed to write that paper by Monday night, and so this explanation will help you to solve that particular paper. Now let us move forward and start today's fresh topic, friends. Very, very important. I tell you, as of now, I have selected certain topics from this chapter which are very important. As and when today, we will finish this particular point, section 7 and 8. I can tell you the chapter 1 is almost over because all the most important points that is relevant and given under chapter 1 will be discussed along with the discussion of this particular point. So goods, now see, understand what is the effect of destruction of goods. Goods perishing before making contract. Now, do remember, friends, first thing, just remember one thing, that section 7 and section 8 both are talking about specific goods only. Understand, section 7 and section 8 both are for specific goods only. Both are talking about only specific goods. Both are not talking about uncertain goods. Both are not talking about future goods, or both are not talking at all about contingent goods. Both are talking only about specific and specific goods. Do remember, section 7 as well as section 8, both sections are meant only for specific goods, and the application or the effect of both the section will be there only if the contract of sale for specific goods has taken place. The contract of sale for specific goods has taken place. Please remember, both the sections are meant for specific goods only. It will be applicable only if the contract of sale for specific goods has taken place. Specific goods, specific goods, specific goods. Section 7 is for specific goods, section 8 is for specific goods. તો મગજમાં પહેલા આ ઘુસાડી દો કે section 7 અને 8 લાગુ તો જ પડશે જો contract of sale ક્યા goods માટે થયો હોય? Specific goods. Otherwise both the sections have not any application. Okay, so let us first of all start section 7. Section 7 શું કહે છે એ પહેલા જોઈએ આપણે. Let us first of all understand section 7 with one very simple example. As we all know, Jitubai is having two horses, white and brown. Ramkubai on one very fine day, Ramkubai visits Jitubai at Jaipur and puts a straight proposal. You know, that Jitu, would you like to sell your brown horse to me for rupees 1.5 lakh? See, Jitubai is having only two horses. One is brown, another is white. People know this fact. Ramkubai visits Jitubai's place and says that, would you like to sell your brown horse? The moment Ramkubai says brown horse, it means he is specifying the goods which he is want to purchase. And so the goods are specific goods. So Ramkubai says that, would you like to sell your brown horse for 1.5 lakh? Jitubai immediately accepts the proposal that, okay, I would like to sell my brown horse to you for rupees 1.5 lakh. I don't have any problem. The proposal of Ramkubai has been accepted absolutely and unconditionally by Jitubai, and goods are specific. It means they have made a contract for sale of specific goods. But then when they visited the godown, you know, it was revealed that the brown horse was already dead, but Jitubai and Ramkubai both were unaware about the fact that the brown horse was dead. The moment they become aware, the moment they come to know that the brown horse is already dead, you know, even before knowing this fact, they have already entered into a contract. But later on, when they went to go down and analyze the fact, and when they come to know that the brown horse is already dead, then in that case, understand, the agreement immediately becomes void, or you can say when a contract becomes void. This is exactly equal to a fact of bilateral mistake of fact made by both the parties while forming the contract. This is a case of section 20 of Indian Contract Act, which is very similar to this particular point of section 7 of Sale of Goods Act. Understand? It's a bilateral mistake of fact while forming the contract. બે પાર્ટીએ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કર્યો એક સ્પેસિફિક વસ્તુ માટેનો, સ્પેસિફિક ગુડ્સ માટેનો, પણ જેના માટે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કર્યો એ વસ્તુનું અસ્તિત્વ જ રહ્યું નહોતું. જેના માટે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કર્યો એ વસ્તુ નાશ પામેલી હતી. પણ આ જ્યારે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કરી રહ્યા છે ત્યારે બેય પાર્ટીના ધ્યાનમાં આ વસ્તુ નથી કે જે સ્પેસિફિક ગુડ્સ માટે આપણે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કરી છે એ ગુડ્સ ઓલરેડી ડિસ્ટ્રોય થઈ ચૂક્યો છે. તો જેવી ખબર પડે એટલે આને તમે ખરેખર તો કહેવું જોઈએ void agreement. Agreement is void ab initio, but in some books they also use the term void contract. તો આપણે કહીશું void agreement / void contract. પણ પ્લીઝ ધ્યાન આપજો, goods must be specific. That means goods have already been perished before making contract, but parties are unaware about the fact that goods have been perished, and so they make contract for sale of specific goods, remaining unaware. As and when they become aware about the fact, it's a void agreement, and you know, the seller is not responsible to settle or compensate any damage compensation to the buyer. So this is goods perishing before making contract. A contract, now let us read the section. a contract for sale of specific goods is void if at the time when the contract was made, at the time, understand, when the contract was made, the goods have, without the knowledge of the seller, perished. Perished means destroyed. The same would be the case where the goods become so damaged as no longer to answer to the description in the contract. This rule is based on the ground of mutual mistake or impossibility of performance. This is the wordings of the honorable judge in a very famous case of Courtier versus Hasty. હવે જો પહેલો પોઈન્ટ તો મેં તમને સમજાવ્યો. A contract for sale of specific goods is void at the if at the time when the contract was made goods have without the knowledge of seller perished. બીજો point, the same would be the case where the goods become so damaged as no longer to answer to the description in the contract. આપણે સમજીએ. કિશોરભાઈ આપણા જે છે એના ગોડાઉનમાં 500 ગુણી છે. 500 ગુણી ખાંડની પડી છે, વધારે નહીં ઓછી નહીં, 500 ગુણી જેને ખાંડની એના ગોડાઉનમાં પડી છે. હવે એ જ દિવસે જુસફભાઈ રાજકોટ આવ્યા હતા, તો ત્યાં ધર્મેન્દ્ર રોડ ઉપર એના શોપ ઉપર જાય છે અને પૂછે છે કે શું કે કિશોર ખાંડની શું સ્થિતિ છે? કે યાર છેલ્લી 500 ગુણી મધુર સુગરની પડી મારા ગોડાઉને લાતી પ્લોટ 500 ગુણી જ હતી. ગયા જુસફભાઈ કે તો 500 ગુણી હાલ, ઈ જ 500 છે, સેમ 500 છે, 500 ગુણી લેવા તૈયાર. બોલ બરોબર એક્ઝેક્ટ 500 છે ને? કે હમણાં જ હજી અબી હાલ ગણતરી કરીને માણસ કહી ગયો કે there are 500 bales of sugar available at the godown. તો એ કઈ બધી 500 ગુણી જુસફભાઈ એને પ્રપોઝલ મૂકી કે હું 5 લાખ રૂપિયામાં લેવા તૈયાર છું. બોલ વેચવી છે? ઓલો કે વેચી, અત્યારે ને અત્યારે જરાય ચિંતા કર, વેચું છું તને. 500. હવે બેયને છે ને અત્યારે ખ્યાલ નથી કે ગઈકાલે રાત્રે જ ખૂબ વરસાદ પડેલો રાજકોટમાં અને એને લીધે ત્યાં લાતી પ્લોટ ગોડાઉનનું છાપરું તૂટી ગયું અને એને લીધે આ જે ખાંડ જે છે એની 500 ગુણી જે છે એ પાણીથી તરબતર થઈ ગઈ હતી, ભીની થઈ ગઈ હતી અને અત્યારે એમાં ખાંડના ગઠ્ઠા વળી ગયા. હવે જે એક મધુર સુગર કે જેના માટે પ્રખ્યાત છે કે ભાઈ સેપરેટ સુગર ક્રિસ્ટલ્સ એના હોય છે, ખૂબ જ છૂટા અને મોટા દાણા, ઈ ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શન તો મગજમાં રહેવાનું. કારણ કે એને કીધું, જુસફભાઈ શું કીધું, મધુર સુગર છે તો 500 ગુણી મારે 5 લાખમાં લેવી. જેમાં કઈ જોવાનું જ ન હોય, મધુરની સુગર હોય, રેણુકા સુગર મિલ વાળાની બ્રાન્ડ છે મધુર સુગર. પણ જ્યારે એ બે પછી ગોડાઉને જાય છે ડિલિવરીના પર્પસથી, ત્યારે ખ્યાલ આવે છે કે વરસાદને લીધે ખાંડના તો ગઠ્ઠા વળી ગયા છે. એટલે કે જે ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શન માટે મધુર સુગર પ્રખ્યાત છે, જે વસ્તુ માટે મધુર સુગર, એટલે મધુર સુગર કીધું એટલે આજે એનું એક ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શન ઇમ્પ્લાઇડ છે કે ભાઈ છૂટા સુગરના મોટા ક્રિસ્ટલ્સ, એટલે કે મોટા દાણા વાળી છૂટી ખાંડ. એની બદલે અત્યારે તો ગઠ્ઠા હતા. પણ જ્યારે બે પાર્ટીએ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કર્યો ત્યારે ઓલરેડી આ ગઠ્ઠા વળી જ ગયા હતા, પણ સેલરને એટલે કે કિશોરભાઈને આ વસ્તુની ખબર નહોતી. ગુડ સ્પેસિફિક છે ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, 500 જ ગુણી છે એના ગોડાઉનમાં, ઈ જ 500 ગુણી લેવા માટે જુસફભાઈએ પ્રપોઝલ કરેલી છે. એટલે ઇટ્સ અ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ફોર સેલ ઓફ સ્પેસિફિક ગુડ્સ. તો કે યસ, આન્સર ઇઝ યસ, ઇટ્સ અ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ફોર સેલ ઓફ સ્પેસિફિક ગુડ્સ. Was seller aware about the fact that the goods are no longer matching to its description? The answer is no. Whether the goods have been perished before the contract of sale takes place? Yes, goods have been perished on the previous night and the contract of sale is taking place in the morning, and both the parties are unaware. Rather, to a great extent here, as mentioned by court in Courtier versus Hasty, a seller specifically is unaware about the fact that on the previous night the goods have been perished. Are goods specific? Yes, goods are specific because there are only 500 bales in the godown and Jusufbhai is willing to purchase whole
No. Hello.
ફાઇન, સોરી ફોર ધેટ. હવે સંભળાતું હશે બધાને બરોબર. ફરીથી એકવાર, આઈ હોપ ધેટ ઓલ ઓફ યુ આર લિસનિંગ પ્રોપરલી નાઉ, બીકોઝ જે છે સેટિંગ્સ એના ઓલા અમુક ઓટો સેટ થઈ જાય છે. હવે જો ગુડ્સ પેરિસિંગ બિફોર મેકિંગ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ઓફ સેલ, આઈ થિંક ઓલ ઓફ યુ હેવ ગોટ ઇટ. બરોબર છે ભાઈ? એમાં મને ચેટ રૂમમાં કયો છો આ પોઈન્ટ સમજાય છે હવે? ગુડ્સ પેરિસિંગ બિફોર મેકિંગ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ઓફ સેલ, સેક્શન 7 and section 8 both are meant for specific goods, specific goods, specific goods, specific goods, specific goods. અહીંયા શું થયું છે? પહેલો કેસ કેવો બન્યો છે કે જેમાં પર્ટિક્યુલરલી જ્યારે પણ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ થાય છે, at the time when contract of sale is taking place, understand what is happening. The goods have already been perished, but the seller doesn't know about the fact. એટલે તમને આ મધુર સુગર નું એક્ઝામ્પલ આપ્યું કે રવિવારે સવારે જુસફભાઈ કિશોરભાઈને મળ્યા અને કીધું કે I would like to purchase 500 bales of મધુર sugar from your shop. How many bales are available at your godown? કિશોરભાઈ says only 500 bales are available. પૂરેપૂરી તને વહેંચી. તો અહીંયા ગુડ સ્પેસિફિક થઈ ગયો છે. આમાં અનસર્ટેન નો વાત જ નથી. જો એના ગોડાઉનમાં 10,000 ગુણી હોત અને એમાંથી 500 વેચવાની વાત હોત ને તો એ અનસર્ટેન થાત. અત્યારે 500 જ ગુણી છે ને 500 વેચવાનો કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કરે છે, તો goods are specific. Goods are specific. Understand? But on the previous night, because of heavy rain, all the 500 bales of sugar were absolutely perished. But Kishorbhai, the seller, did not know this fact. Seller ને આ વાતની ખબર નહોતી. The moment both the parties came to know about this fact, the ચલો ફરીથી એકવાર પાછા જોઈન થાય છે ભાઈ. આમાં થોડુંક ડિસ્ટર્બન્સ આવતું રહે તો ઓલું ન રાખતા. જેમ ક્લાસમાં કેમ ઘણીવાર કોક ઓલા કાકા કોક આવે ને અમે 2 મિનિટ બહાર વયા જાય, તો તમે બેઠા જ રહ્યો છો ને એમ રહેજો પ્લીઝ. થોડું ઘણું આમાં ટેકનોલોજીકલ ઇસ્યુઝ થતા હોય છે, પણ આપણું કામ હવે એ જ છે કે ભાઈ જેટલું શક્ય હોય એટલું, કારણ કે લોકડાઉન નું હજી કઈ નક્કી નથી. લોકડાઉન એક્સટેન્ડ પણ થાય, પૂરેપૂરી શક્યતા છે. એટલા માટે કે ગવર્મેન્ટ હજી કઈ બોલતી નથી, બરોબર? તો આપણે આનાથી યુઝ ટુ થવાનું જ છે બધાને. મારે પણ થવાનું છે, તમારે. મારા માટે આ નવો છે અનુભવ, તમારા માટે પણ અમુક રીતે ઘણો નવો જ અનુભવ છે, પણ વી વિલ બી એબલ ટુ વર્ક આઉટ પ્રોપરલી, આને ધીમે ધીમે એની એક ટેવ પડતી જશે. અને હજી પણ છે તમારા ક્લાસમાંથી, એટલે કે બે ક્લાસમાંથી બહુ ઓછા લોકો જોઈન થાય છે. હું આજે કહું છું કે ભાઈ નક્કી નથી પછી કે આ વસ્તુ પાછી ડિસ્કસ કરવાનો ચાન્સ મળે કે ન મળે. એટલું શક્ય હોય એટલું બધાએ જોઈન થઈને કરી લેવું. બાકી તો ક્લાસમાં ઘણા એવા મહાનુભાવો છે કે જે અમને પણ શીખવી શકે અને એટલા માટે એ લોકો હાથે કરી જ લેવાશે, પણ છતાંય મારી ફરજ છે કે આ ધ્યાન આપનું દોરી દઉં. યા તો ભાઈ આ પહેલો પોઈન્ટ અહીંયા ક્લિયર થાય છે. ગુડ્સ પેરિસિંગ બિફોર મેકિંગ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ઓફ સેલ. ઓકે, section 7, and here the examples are already given. You please read those example and do let me know. પછીનો જે ફ્રેન્ડ્સ પોઈન્ટ છે ને એ પણ છે સ્પેસિફિક ગુડ્સ માટેનો, કારણ કે હું ક્યારનો પોકારીને એક વસ્તુ તો કહી રહ્યો છું કે સેક્શન 7 અને સેક્શન 8 બે માત્ર ને માત્ર સ્પેસિફિક ગુડ્સ માટેની જ સેક્શન છે, એટલે એમાં તો કોઈ બીજો ઇસ્યુ રહેતો નથી. સેક્શન 7 and section 8, both the sections are for specific goods only, and that's why there is no doubt about the fact that no other types of goods are to be discussed. Both the sections are for specific goods. પણ પહેલા જે હતું એના કરતા અહીંયા અલગ છે. તો અહીંયા શું છે, ગુડ્સ પેરિસિંગ પહેલા જે સેક્શન 7 હતું એ કેવું હતું કે ભાઈ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ઓફ સેલ બાય ઓફ એ સેલ જ થાય છે, એટલે કે they have made a sell, but without knowing the fact that the specific goods for which they have made a sell have already been perished before the contract, but the seller was unaware about the fact. So as and when they become aware, it becomes void. Here what happens that they are making agreement to sell, but after agreement to sell, before the sell takes place, કારણ કે એક દિવસ તો agreement to sell સેલ જ બનવાનું. અત્યારે agreement to sell થયું એટલે શું કહે છે કે પ્રોપર્ટી ફ્યુચરમાં શિફ્ટ થશે, પણ એ દિવસ આવ્યો કે જે દિવસે પ્રોપર્ટી શિફ્ટ થઈ એ દિવસે agreement to sell સેલ બની જવાનું. તો એગ્રીમેન્ટ ટુ સેલ થયું એ પછી, પણ સેલ થાય એ પહેલા જો ગુડ્સ ડિસ્ટ્રોય થઈ જાય તો એ વોઇડ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ છે. આ સુપરવેનિંગ ઇમ્પોસિબિલિટી જેવી વાત થઈ ભાઈ અહીંયા. બહુ જ સિમ્પલ વસ્તુ છે. અગેન ગુડ્સ સ્પેસિફિક છે. હવે જો તમને સમજાવું
કેરી કૂતરી એમ.
હા હા, હવે તમને જો પાછું ક્લિયર કરું આ વસ્તુ કે આપણો મેઇન પોઈન્ટ જ અહીંયા કામ આવશે આપણને. એક જૂનું ને જાણીતું એક્ઝામ્પલ કે એક્સ પાસે એક જ મર્સિડીઝ છે બ્લેક. એક્સ વાય ને 1 એપ્રિલે પ્રપોઝલ મૂકે છે કે આઈ વુડ લાઈક ટુ સેલ માય બ્લેક મર્સિડીઝ ટુ યુ ફોર 30 lakhs. વાય 1 એપ્રિલે ઇમિડિયેટલી એક્સેપ્ટ કરે છે ને ડાઉન પેમેન્ટના 5 લાખ આપી દે છે, પણ એક્સે પ્રપોઝલ હારે જ કીધું છે કે ભાઈ ઓનરશિપ વિલ બી શિફ્ટેડ ઓનલી ઓન 30th એપ્રિલ. લેવી હોય તો કહેજે. ઓનરશિપ 30 એપ્રિલે શિફ્ટ થશે, કારણ કે ત્યાં સુધીનો વીમો મેં લીધેલો છે એટલે હું પૂરું એન્જોય કરીશ. એટલે ઓનરશિપ વિલ બી શિફ્ટેડ ઓન 30th એપ્રિલ. Y says no problem, I don't have any problem. Understand, the contract of sell by of an agreement to sell takes place on 1st April. Good specific છે, good specific છે, કારણ કે એક જ મર્સિડીઝ છે બ્લેક છે અને સ્પેસિફિક છે, અને મર્સિડીઝ માં અંદર બેઠા બેઠા જ આ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ થયો છે, એટલે goods are absolutely specific. But on 1st April is a contract of sell by of an agreement to sell. On 15th April, because of cyclone, the Mercedes gets destroyed. Friends, the moment Mercedes gets destroyed, it is a void contract. There is neither a fault of seller nor a fault of buyer. Without any fault of any of them, the goods are destroyed. And the moment goods are destroyed, the contract becomes void, void, and void. So please remember over here, it's a goods perishing after agreement to sell, but before sell takes place. But as I already told you, that both these sections are meant only for specific goods. Again, અહીંયા જો X એ Y ને કીધું છે કે I would like to sell my black Mercedes to you for 30 lakhs 1st April and I'll transfer the ownership on 30th April. Would you like to purchase? Y says yes, I am ready to purchase even if I don't have any problem that the ownership gets shifted on 30th April, and so Y makes a payment of rupees 5 lakhs as a DP, as a down payment. Now what happens? Understand that the Mercedes gets destroyed because of cyclone on 15th April. The contract becomes void. Can Y claim any damage compensation from X? Can Y claim any damage compensation from X? The answer is no, no, no. Y cannot claim any damage from X. X is not liable to pay any damage to Y. The contract will become void because of supervening impossibility. This is the same point of supervening impossibility which we discuss under Contract Act under section 56. Same point. or if discussion is pending, we'll definitely discuss. So don't worry about that. So this is like, a particular situation. So here, very, very simple thing. But do remember, friends, do remember. Section 7 and 8 are only for specific goods. If the goods are unascertained, then હવે તમને સિમ્પલી કહું છું કે એક્સ જે છે એ વીટ મર્ચન્ટ છે, ઘઉંનો વેપારી છે, અને એને 1 એપ્રિલે વાય ને કારની બદલે ઘઉં વેચવાની પ્રપોઝલ મૂકી. એક્સ put a proposal to Y on 1st April that Y, would you like to purchase 1,000 bales of wheat from my godown for rupees 10 lakhs? Why again ask another question? How many bales of wheat are there in your godown? તારી ગોડાઉનમાં અત્યારે ઘઉંની કેટલી ગુણી? તો અત્યારે મારા ગોડાઉનમાં 5 લાખ ગુણી ઘઉંની છે. તારે 1,000 જોઈ છે એમાંથી? તારે બોલ 1,000 જોઈ છે? તો why કે yes, I am ready for rupees 10 lakhs, but I will be able to visit your godown for the purpose of ascertainment of that 1,000 bales only on 25th April, not before that. X says no doubt, no problem. You just come here and most welcome, come here and ascertain those 1,000 bales. And as and when you ascertain, I'll deliver it to you on the next day. Understand, friends, the contract has already taken place on 1st April. On 25th April, Y is expected to ascertain. So on 1st April, it's a contract of sale of unascertained goods. Understand? 1 એપ્રિલ આ કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ ઓફ સેલ ઓફ અનસર્ટેન ગુડ્સ થાય છે. 1,000 ગુણી ઓલી 5 લાખ ગુણીમાંથી 1,000 ગુણી વેચવાનો